Uniform back by uniform, but a gun again.
At this point, tears cloud her eyes, and shortly after, all emotions she had bottled up finally let loose.
Ali me back as a lacana, mark by uniform, my uniform back. Unkataka, what I do to cock my coats on in Ali to like being cooked. What I batter.
So, as you can see, we're going to be talking about Ghana's schools of shame. And even before we get to speak to our guest, let me just put this out there. You would notice that it's been quite a while. We would have started with our big stories by now. And I feel we ought to call out when calling out is due. We had an engagement with Deputy Majority Whip and Member of Parliament for Tolong, Habib Idrisu. Deputy Majority Whip, Member of Parliament for Tolong, Habib Idrisu, to be on the show this morning as we talk about myriad issues of national scope. We've done our bit to reach him, and we simply can't. We don't have Habib with us this morning, and he's simply not responding to all attempts we have made. I'm just putting this out there for those who sometimes may suggest that, oh, the other side may not be represented on this or that. These are some of the situations we go through. So I had to call out this person this morning. Habib Idrisu, a very good morning to you. But you consented to be with us on the show as Deputy Majority Whip and Member of Parliament for Tolong. I'm sure your constituents in your constituency would have wanted to see you as we get into these all-important matters. Unfortunately, brothers and sisters, fellow Ghanaians, he's not here with us. But we're going to make the most of the time as we talk about Ghana's schools of shame. Season 2 is out. You just saw snippets of that. And that little girl's tears have left all of us in tears. She wonders why she has to study on the floor. They don't even have a blackboard, a proper blackboard, so to speak. Their exercise book, the only exercise book they have is the floor, which is where they write. No desks, no infrastructure, so to speak, just the dilapidated roof over their heads. They don't even have proper school uniforms. And she questions why it is different in other parts of the country. And for them, in Bimbilla, they simply get the worst. Well, joining us for a conversation on this matter, Abdullah Yakub. He is District Chief Executive in the Nanumba North District. Abdullah joins us for a conversation. A very good morning to you, Abdullah.
Good morning to you and your viewers.
Great. It is good to have you join the conversation this morning. As DCE, I recall months back.
I am in Municipal Assembly, please.
So you are a municipal chief executive, is that what you're saying?
Please. Yes,
Thank you very much for that clarification. Municipal chief executive. Now, the last time we put together Ghana Schools of Shame, the first had to do with the Pandai district. Now we've come to Bimbilla, and we are at the Bimbilla municipality, Nanumba North area to be specific. How much do you know about this situation, how schools, basic schools are faring in your municipality? How much do you know of some of the challenges they are facing?
Thank you very much. I am very much aware of the problem. And if you look at the municipality, we have over 15,000 furniture deficit in the over 100 basic and then junior high schools in the area. Last month, Action Aid gave us 700 dual decks and then over 104 tables for KGs and then 684 chairs for the KGs. In our own small way, as the Assembly, we have provided over the years about 1,100 furniture. The Minister of Education last year gave us 400 pieces of dual decks. And currently, as we speak, the assembly has constructed or manufactured about 200 dual decks yet to be distributed to the schools. So we are aware that we have this problem, this challenge in the municipality, and because of the financial constraints of the assembly, we are not able to produce the dual decks as it is required. So we do them gradually based on our financial model. So that is why we appeal to Action Aid, who have worked in the municipality for over 2 decades, and they came to our aid by providing us this number of pieces of furniture last month. And the MP has also assured that he will be supplying some of the furniture to the municipality for onward submission to the schools that are hard hit by the furniture situation, like Bakpaba, which you just heard.
So if you look at that deficit that you just spoke about, 150,000 in over 100 basic schools, that's what you said, right?
Yes, we have over 100 public basic schools and over 40 private schools in the municipality.
Let's focus on the public ones. On the back of what you just told me, how long have you been at post? 2 years?
No, this is my second term.
This is your second term?
Yes, please.
So how long in total?
That is since 2017. I have been there.
So that's
then to the MCE now.
Okay, so that's just about 4.5 or 5 years, right?
Yes.
Has the situation always been same?
Well,
in terms of the deficit, I mean specifically, around 150,000. Have we?
No, we have over 15,000 furniture deficit. That is, we've won almost about 30,000. That is, when we talking of 15,000, that means, we have...
Yes, I beg your pardon, 15,000, not 150,000.
Yes,
15,000.
Yes, it's 15,000, yes.
Since 2017, just a quick one. Since 2017, has it been like this? Is it better now?
It is improving because, as I said, we consistently supply. Every year we give a number, but I must admit that the number doesn't match the rate at which the schools will expand. We still open up new schools, and some of the schools, now the good thing is that you cannot build a school without furnishing it. Initially, you build a classroom block with a furniture, and then you now have to budget for furniture. But this time around, when you are putting up a classroom block, it comes with the furniture and everything. So all the schools that we have opened of late are all furnished. So when you are handing over with furniture and everything. Unlike previously, you build a school block with a furniture, and then before you now budget to now finish the school. This time around, we are mandated to make sure that when we are constructing the school, it goes with the furniture and whatever requirements that the school needs. So yes, 2017 it was more, but this time around it has come down a little bit, though not as the way we would have liked it to be. So
you say 2017. I'm sorry to interject. You say in 2017 it was worse. Can you put a figure to it? I'd like to know. I mean, has it reduced from 17,000 to 15,000 or 20,000?
I can say from 20,000 to 15,000. So we are making gains. Even though it is at a slow pace. So
in 5 years, it has reduced by 5,000. That's what you're saying?
Yes, something like that, yes. So it's a challenge, and I want to still appeal to the Minister of Education and other NGOs who have the capacity to come to our aid. Because, the municipality for some time was engulfed in this chieftaincy problem. So for a very long time, for years, the money that could have been used to do this went into security, maintenance of security and law and order. So that's how come that we are still at where we are now. So actually it's a challenge that we are trying to see how we can fix. Even if you come to the Bimbilla Township, you will see schools similar to that of Bakpaba. So it's a challenge that I admit. And we are doing whatever we can in our small way to be able to produce some of this furniture. You know, what we are manufacturing now is wooden furniture. We have a lot of trees that people cut and go to Accra to sell. So I met the chiefs and they agreed that let us salvage those wood that will be used for furniture so that the assembly can use it to manufacture furniture for our children who are lying on their belly. So we started. And so far, that's how I've said we've done over 200 and we are still continuing to see what we'll be able to do to reduce the furniture deficit in the municipality.
Beyond these, what sort of support has come through from the Education Ministry, for example? In our last episode of Ghana Schools of Shame, we drove the agenda, and as far as I recall, there was a 7,000 deficit in terms of desks. The ministry, or the Ghana Education Service, but the ministry ensured that 5,000 went to Pandai. I do not know whether the further deficit of 2,000 has been closed. But what exactly has the Ministry of Education, the Ghana Education Service, done in terms of this deficit in Bimbilla?
I think so far we've received 600 from Ministry of Education.
600?
600, yeah.
So over the last 5 years, let's look at a breakdown. 600 from the Ministry of Education. How then have you catered for the additional 4,400 that have been provided?
No, I told you that the assembly every year we supply a number of dual decks to the
like the 200 that you spoke of.
Yes, we are yet to even give it to the education directorate. Hopefully this week or next week for onward distribution to the schools. So that is how the situation has been. So the other supplies came from the municipal assembly.
So how do you fund this? You've told me about the latest batch of 200 and all of that, but how do you fund this? Out of your common fund?
Yes, please. Out of the common fund or the DDF, District Development Fund. That is the two sources of funds that we use to construct these dual decks for the schools. And
you've spoken about some NGOs, for example, that have also been assisting.
Yes, I think it's Action Aid that have supplied this. They've been they have their schools that they have been supporting. I've told you that they've worked in the municipality for over 2 decades. So periodically they come around to supply them with this furniture. Whenever they see that their schools are lacking, they come to supply them. So I'm not sure this is not the first time that they have supported the municipality in terms of furniture. I think this is about the second time. And over 700 pieces of dual decks. And then the KG, they have done about 104 tables and then 684 chairs for supply. That has been distributed to the schools already since last month. And I want to stand here and then thank them. And they promise that they will not leave us. They will still continue to support us. And I want to urge other NGOs to come to our aid so that the situation that we see today will change coming into the future.
How much does a desk, one of those desks like the 200 that you've put together, how much does one cost?
Well, it depends upon the quality of wood. We have some wood is 250 and the others about 500. If it is red wood or odum, then you would have it between 100 and 500. Initially, we used to do metal dual decks. And we realized that when it is sent to the rural communities and it is broken, they find it difficult to mend because you have to send a welding machine to the village where at times they don't even have lights. But if it is the wooden thing, they easily get a carpenter to fix them back. So we are doing both metal and then wood, where we feel that we have those schools in towns, we supply them with the metal distance, and those who are far into the hinterland, we give them the wooden furniture. So that is, and then for the metal distance, it also costs between 200 and then what 400 thereabout, depending upon the quality and the type that you want them to do for you.
Let's also look at what the plan moving forward would be. First off, your engagements with the Ministry of Education, your engagements with the Ghana Education Service. I know the ministry basically caters to or caters for all of these. Have you put in further requests in terms of the urgency of the situation? Because you would admit, from what we saw in the video, it is pathetic. It is heartbreaking. None of us would want our children to be in such a situation. And mind you, that little girl laments, speaking her local language, that she does not understand why other school children can be treated so much better. And for them, they have to basically be like this, on the floor, bare floor. Look at their knees, all scratched, all looking black. They are on the floor with their uniforms. It is very demeaning. So what is the plan? What has been the engagement? At least I premise it on what happened in Pandai. Can we do same? Can you push for same to happen in your municipality? What is the plan? What have you done so far?
It is my prayer, because I think last month data was collected from us, from the Ministry of Education, concerning the furniture situation in the municipality, which was given. And I also know that the Member of Parliament also demanded the same information which was given to him. And everyone has seen what is happening. And I think it is enough for everyone to know that the situation in the Nanumba North municipality, as far as furniture, is so appalling. So I am coming to follow up on Thursday or Friday to find out what is being done. But in our own small way, we are also trying to, we have, in the assembly, our plan is that we are coming to stop constructing new schools and renovate the old schools so that at least it will be in good shape. Bapawa is one of the old schools in the municipality, and for a very long time, some of the buildings have not seen renovation. So next year, our plan is to renovate most of the old structures to make them be fitting for education, whilst we expand or increase our budget line for furniture in the assembly, so that some of these problems can be resolved, if not completely solved.
What other plans are afoot from your end to bridge the gap? It is obvious that, look, even in Pandai with a district with a deficit of 7,000, we got 5,000 initially. Like I said, I don't know whether the rest of the deficit has been cleared, but you have a backlog of 15,000, and it's taken realistically 5 years, 2017 till now. It's more like 6 years, and you've only cleared a deficit of 5,000, which then means that with this deficit of 15,000, if we follow that same snail-paced approach, we would need 15 years, more or less, to clear the backlog. I don't think the pupils in your municipality have 15 years. That would take us all the way to what? 2037, 38, thereabouts, before they clear the deficit. So beyond what you've told me, beyond the help of Action Aid, beyond any philanthropical work, beyond your common fund, beyond all of these, is there anything else we can do to accelerate this drive?
Yes, I'm also appealing to the numbers in the diaspora and those who are staying outside the municipality to support, because we have rich people who are coming from the municipality. They can also support. Then while there's 20, they should bring them together so that we can use it to support our own children. So it's an appeal that I'm making to all those who are coming from the municipality, that this is the situation that we are facing, and the assembly alone cannot solve the problem. So they should also contribute in solving the problems that we are having in the municipality. This is an appeal I'm making to them and other NGOs, as I earlier on said, so that at least in some few years we'll be able to bridge this furniture deficit that we are having in the municipality. This is what I have to say.
Well, we're very grateful for your time. Thank you so much for joining the conversation this morning, Abdullahi Yaqub. And we can only wish you the very best. We have played our part, at least part of our part, by highlighting the issue, by shedding light on the matter. We're hoping that the powers that be, those who have to act, will do so, and that you will receive assistance in resolving this matter so our little brothers and sisters can get better. We wish you the best, sir. And that is Abdullahi Yaqub. He is the municipal chief executive in Nanumba North. He was engaging us on Ghana's Schools of Shame. It's the second season, the second part of the series that we have put out. This time, bringing to sharp focus the deficit, inadequacy of furniture, and the yawning deficit, as confirmed by the MCE, 15,000. It was 20,000 around 2017. And in about 6 years, only 5,000 has been taken off. Like I said, that would probably mean we would need so many more years, 15 years to be precise, to clear the rest of the deficit. Well, we still have a lot of action still to come on the AM show. We're going to be talking about the collapsed building in Old Botiano and what is happening in our construction sector or industry. We also have that interaction with NADMO on the back of SAME and AM business. All of that still to come on the AM show. Do stay. We'll be back after the break.